student at LVCC.
Hi, welcome.
I was just wondering, what thought pattern should I set?
Some thought patterns. Are you going to be taking a writing class by chance?
Yes, I am.
Cool. Some thought patterns you should expect in a writing class are chronological order, which would be the sequence of events in writings. Process, which would be studying the process through which the writer achieved his or her techniques. Comparison and contrast, those thought patterns would be comparing and contrasting writers and authors. And another one would be cause and effect. And that would be character motivation, effects of various literary techniques.
What clues help identify the thought patterns?
Those clues would be clue words and transitions. Like, for example, in chronological order, the words would be in, at, on, first, later. Those things would help you identify that that is a chronological thought pattern.
Okay. What strategies do I need to know to read and study?
Some active learning strategies that you would want to use would be reading slowly and carefully and more than one time. And also annotating as you read, like in your textbook or on your paper that you're reading, writing some notes in what the main points are, and looking for themes and patterns.
How do I take lecture notes?
Make notes on the page that your writing is printed on. For example, if your teacher has you going over a poem, you should write what your teacher says on the margins on the left and right side of the poem.
How do I prepare for a test?
You should also summarize your notes. I forgot to mention that. To prepare for a test, you should focus on trends and patterns demonstrated throughout the series of works, and learn the full names of artists and correct spelling of the artist and their name, the author's name. And you should also compare and contrast works and authors. And you should also expect essay questions that you'll have to write essay answers for.
Okay.
I'm going to also teach you some ways to help you understand why you should study smarter, not harder. We're going to go through the memory model. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I was just working on my memory model. Would this be a good time to go through it with you?
Sure.
Alright, let's go through the 3 stages of memory. The first stage is encoding, and that's where you receive environmental stimuli from your surroundings. And then information is moved to the sensory stage, where it's either discarded if it's not useful, or it's moved to short-term memory. Short-term memory is limited in its capacity. It can only hold 5 to 9 chunks of information. And so memory that's extremely useful is moved to long-term memory, but stored information that you don't really need is discarded or forgotten. In long-term memory is pretty much endless in the amount of information it can hold. So it's pretty cool, but sometimes it can be hard to retrieve it, which is the 3rd stage of memory retrieval. And so some things that will help you retrieve information from your long-term memory are active learning strategies, which we talked about earlier, study smart, not hard, and rehearsal. So those are some things that will help you retrieve the information from your long-term memory.
Okay.
There are also some things that you can do to help move information from your short-term and your sensory stage up to long-term memory without it being discarded or forgotten. So that's the memory model in a nutshell, and remember, study smart, not hard. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm so glad I caught you.
Hi.
I almost forgot to tell you some stuff about studying smart, not hard. So some things that you should try, because did you know that you forget like all but 20% of what you learn after like 6 weeks?
Really?
Yeah, it's part of the Ebbinghaus curve. So some ways to help that would be just remembering and rehearsing things often. Like, that's the 3rd stage of memory is rehearsal, moving into anyway, so those are some things that you can help do. Just reviewing things often, that helps you not forget as much information. So that's a way to study smart, not hard, would be to distribute your learning. So yeah, have a nice day.
Bye.
Love you, sister. Bye.